Welcome to just a very simple AI only battle, and today I decided to put Western Europe versus Eastern Europe. We've got the English and the French and the Spanish on the same team, never thought I'd see the day, and then we got the Hungarians, the Polish and the Russians on the same team. Of course it's a 3 versus 3, but each team doesn't actually have that much gold, so each faction only has 3,000 gold to spend. So it's going to be interesting to see that with these limited amount of resources, what are they actually going to go for? Let's take a look. Armies will be chosen at random, of course. Ooh, the English. Oh, 2 generals, bodyguards, spearmen, swords, and peasants. Like, they should have brought some longbows in, and 2 generals, bodyguards. If you're going to bring cavalry, at least bring a normal cav unit. They're cheaper and mostly just as good. Alright, then let's see what the French are bringing in. Okay, 2 cavalry again, some very weak spears, but some decent swords. Okay, the French going cavalry is okay, but they're going for the general's bodyguard one. Yeah, I don't like to see that. And then the Spanish. Alright, this is a bit better. Normal general's bodyguard, some conquistadors, swordsmen, and some slightly weaker swordsmen as well. That's a good army, well done Spain. I like that one. What are the Hungarians going to go with? So, general's bodyguard, another general's bodyguard, some axemen and some swords. The Polish, right, they've got 5 units here, but most of them are quite cheap. Yeah, 5 attack, 1 defense, 5 attack, 7 defense. Some quite cheap units here, but I guess they make up for it in the cavalry. And then last but not least, the Russians. General's bodyguard, another general's bodyguard, but from a different era. Late era and early era, of course. Some woodsmen and some dismounted Druzina. Okay, this could be good. Okay, and here we are. Where is everybody? Okay, so we got the Spanish all the way back here. Shoved right in the corner of Europe, like they are historically. Then we got the French right in the front lines. The English over here fighting the Russians. And who else is all the way back over here? The Hungarians. Okay, so, yeah, it's all a bit all over the place, but it should be a good laugh. I think the French and the Polish are going to start this battle off. I'm assuming so. No one's brought any missile troops, I've only just realised that. It's all melee. It's going to be interesting to see how the Polish and the Hungarians intervene as well. I'm going to have to pull back a bit. Because otherwise I'm going to collide with them. I would leave a battle map, but then we actually don't get to see the banners sometimes, and we don't get to see when they retreat. So I like to stay on the battle map just a bit farther away. Alright then, oh, it's a bit of a stalemate over here. Maybe they're waiting for reinforcements. Yeah, if I was France I probably would, because they've got a lot of spears, and France has a lot of cavalry, but if I was the Hungarians, I'd probably make my charge. Yeah, use the cavalry to knock out the swords. Use the spears to kill the cavalry. Okay, and the English and the Russians, it's looking like they've decided to join forces. Come on, attack each other. Don't face that way. Oh, this silly AI. Right, triple speed here. Yeah, they're not doing anything. I don't know what they're thinking here. I'm guessing they're just waiting for reinforcements, then they're going to charge in. It's like, if you didn't have a stalemate, at least face each other. But no, they've both got their backs to each other, just waving their bums, trying to tempt the other one to attack. I guess we're just going to have to wait for these two. Alright, they're getting close now. The Spanish, they seem interested in the Polish here. And the Hungarians, they're pulling back. Ugh. I knew this was going to be a mistake. I don't know what they're doing. Are they going for me? They'd better not be going for me. Let's just move myself further away. If I show that I'm not interested, then we usually give up. Okay, it seems like the Spanish are going to be the ones to oddly start this battle by just charging straight into Poland here. Which, when I first saw the setup, I did not expect at all. Alright, now the Polish are moving, it seems like the French are willing to get involved as well. Charge the cavalry into the spears though, but it doesn't look like it was too bad for them. Looks like the Polish are trying to attack England, but the French are coming in with their swordsmen, and get them in the back. Oh, No, the cavalry got away. Spain sending one cav unit here just to charge for Hungarians. Hungary's not going to react at all, just going to get charged. Oh, that's not good for Hungary. But they need to get the cavalry out of there. They shouldn't have them on their own like that. And Hungary, Poland, sorry, has broken. They've lost all their troops, just to a few cavalry charges. And the French and the Spanish, they lost next to nothing here. That's a massive advantage at the start for the Europeans, the Western Europeans. How is the East going to respond? Well, Poland still has some cavalry, and it seems like for English now, they're making their move. They're making their move. On to the Russians. Got a bit of a cavalry charging, got their infantry in as well. I don't think Russia's going to be able to hold out. Now, they need this Polish cavalry to do something really special, but it seems like the English are already sending cavalry over there to counter them. What did the other cav unit do? They charged into the Spanish, but it seems like they did quite a bit of damage, but I think it's too late for Poland. I think they've collapsed. Where's the Spanish cavalry unit gone? They're trying to pull out to safety, but the Hungarians caught up to them. That's not good for Spain. I think Eastern Europe are still in this. The troops are coming back. They can bring this back, I think. Although, they've got to be careful with their cavalry. Yeah, I think they got caught on the back here. And Poland breaking again, is it? No. They weren't. Oh, Russia's breaking now. That's not good for Eastern Europe here. That's really not good. Of course, this was never meant to be a balanced battle. There's always one guy who always complains that, oh, it wasn't balanced. Like, come on. It's just for a laugh. There's always one guy in the AI time-lapses as well. Like, let's say it's Medieval 2 Totsua and the English win. The English are OP. Let's say the French win the next week. The French are OP. Like, every time a faction wins, it was because that faction was OP. Like, come on. But then, of course, in our Medieval 2 time lapses, like 50% of factions have actually won. But then there's always people who say that those factions are overpowered, but they're not. They're really not. Whatever. Just my little rant for the day. Anyway, it seems like the Hungarians have broken. That's not good for them. The Eastern European morale seems to be quite a bit lower. Yeah, the morale is really struggling. That's been their main weakness, but the cavalry over here is doing quite well. The English, they seem quite weak. Like, if we look at this, that's absolutely pointless. It's all red. It's like, have the Western Europeans had anyone break? But yeah, they have. The Spanish have broken a bit here. I think the French on this side and the Spanish have won on this side. The cavalry, yeah, they've still got stuff to do, but they seem to have killed quite a lot. Oh, if they're getting charged in the back like that, though, that's really not good. They need to get this Hungarian cavalry out of the way with. And then they need to go help the English against the Russians. Right, yeah, that's a good sign. That's a sign that the morale is low. But England right now, England has broken. Oh, they struggled against the Russians. Russia could still win this. Eastern Europe could still win this, I mean. If the Russians can get over here quickly, whose general was that? That's the first general to die. I think it was England. Was it? Poland. The Polish generals died. Now their troops have already mostly been killed off. I don't think that's going to affect the battle too much. Yeah, they're already out of the battle. I think they're the first faction to get destroyed. Yeah, all the troops have gone. The Russians are breaking though to the French cavalry charge. Yeah, Russia's got to be careful. Right, was that the French general? I think it was. That's not good for Western Europe. The French, they still have a lot of troops. Yeah, it was France. They've got a lot of troops, and that big morale hit, that's going to be massive for the French. That's really not what they wanted. That's not what they wanted at all. That alone, I think, could be enough to tip the balance in the favour of the Eastern Europeans at this point. I think that's enough to do it. So it's decided quite a lot here, I think. If the French break here... Ooh. Right, then that sort of balanced it out a bit. I think that was the Hungarian general. Yeah, did he die charging those spears there? That was an unnecessary death if it did. some random Spanish cavalry in here as well. They're gonna die now. Right, but it seems Russia has broken. Yeah, their morale couldn't hold. The English, they've rallied, they've got their troops back. I actually think Western Europe's won this. I can't actually see any Eastern European troops left. The Russian general's gone. Good whack on his back there. I think Western Europe's won this. I think they did it. Whew, I was worried about them for a second there. Oh yeah, it wants me to leave the battle, that's why it's not ended yet. So if I leave now, then... What are these idiots doing? Oh, of course they'd be retreating like that, of course. They had to do it the most awkward way possible. There we go, now the battle should end. There we go. Well done Western Europe, they clearly got the win there. Although I was worried for them at one point. Let's take a look at the troops. So, the English brought the most. The Russians brought the least. Well, Hungarians brought the least. So yeah, the Western Europeans had numbers advantage. I thought it would be Eastern Europeans. I think their troops are usually cheaper. I don't know. And then overall kills here. Well done to Spain for getting the most. 250 kills plus 187 captures. That's quite a lot. And then the French here only getting 89 kills. The French didn't do that much for a team, but the Spanish did so well that it just tipped the balance in their favour. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed. It was just a fun one. It's getting near Christmas, so, you know, I just thought I'll do another very simple AI only battle for a bit of fun. Hope you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for more, share with anyone you think may be interested in this stuff, and goodbye.